would have never in the world thought the police mom. Like how?
We don't need a fire while we're here.
He says we don't need a fire here, and she says, right. So she's being very compliant, and she's trying to be calm and have a nice, pleasant tone to her voice.
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Ever wonder what goes through a cop's mind before they shoot someone? Well, buckle up, because Grayson's about to take us on a wild ride through his thoughts when he faced Sonya Massey. Was it fear or something darker? Let's dive into this mess and see what's really going on behind that badge. So meet Deputy Sean Grayson, the cop who shot Sonya Massey. The story's got it all. A 911 call, a black woman asking for help, and a cop with a past so shady it's got more secrets than a celebrity's DMs. But here's where it gets wild. Grayson says he shot Sonya because of words. Yeah, you heard me right. But there's more history to this. Trust me, it's messy. So let's rewind to that fateful night when Sonya Massey...
I can't believe how far away he is when he pulls out his gun. He's at least 10 feet away. Plus, there's stuff on the counter that if she had tried to throw it, which she didn't throw water, it never would have landed anywhere near him.
Massey's world turned upside down. Picture this. It's just before 1 a.m. on July 6, 2024. Sonya's alone, scared, thinking there's a lurking prowler outside of her home. She does what any of us would do. She calls 911 for help. Little did she know, the real danger was about to walk through the front door. So Sonya's on the phone, confused and freaked out, and she's telling the operator about this mysterious prowler, hoping the cops will come and make her feel safe. But y'all, sometimes the cure is worse than the disease, if you know what I'm saying.
What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just, please, God, I don't know what to do.
Deal with what? What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just want to see if I can help me.
What do you want help with? What do you want help with?
I heard somebody outside.
Yeah, we checked your house, we checked your backyard. I walked all the way through all these backyards. We checked your front yard. We didn't see nobody.
Look how big this guy is. She's about 5'2", which is, I'm about 5'3". She is so much smaller, and she's frail. She's thin. And this guy is afraid of her words.
Nobody's out here.
You didn't see anybody.
Nope. Checked the whole area. It took you so long to answer the door.
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry. I was trying to get...
I got you. All right. Is there anything else we can do for you? Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
Okay. All right.
They have this in a few different colors. I got the golden set from the top of the ear to the outside of the eyeball. That's how we're gonna look like glowy mermaid.
Doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure?
My medicine, sir.
All right. Okay. All right. That's not your black car, though. SUV? Whose is it? You don't know? If someone just parked it in your driveway?
They brought it to my driveway.
And just left it? Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
Enter Deputy Sean Grayson, the man who's about to change Sonya's life. Now, you'd think a trained cop would show up to make things better, right? Wrong. This is where our story takes a deep, sharp turn. It'll give you a whiplash. Grayson rolls up to Sonya's place, and things go from 0 to 100. It's like he walked into this with the finger already on the trigger, just looking for a reason to pull it. But why? What made this cop so jumpy? That's where the tea is about to spill. And trust me, it's crazy. Now get this, Sonya, probably scared out of her mind, seeing this agitated cop in her home, says something that Grayson claims sealed her fate. She looked at him and said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Y'all, in what world is that a threat? But in Grayson's mind, those words might as well have been a loaded Grayson starts yelling at Sonya to drop a pot. A pot, y'all. Let Grayson tell her she was wielding some kind of deadly weapon. He's screaming, "You better effing not, or I swear to God, I'll effing shoot you in your effing face." This man's supposed to protect and serve, but he's out here cursing.
And once she ducked down, she grabbed the pot to defend herself. But he comes forward to get a better shot. And she's already down on the floor, stooping down.
Threatening like he's in some kind of action movie. And Sonya, she's confused, she's scared, and this isn't the help that she called for. She's ducking behind a counter saying, "I'm sorry." Can you even imagine? Apologizing to someone who's threatening to shoot you in your own home. But Grayson didn't stop there. He fired 3 shots. Boom, boom, boom. One of them hits Sonya in the head. And you know what this cop says after he shoots her? Nah, headshot, dude. She's done. You can get it, but that's a headshot. Like he's in some type of video game, not a real person that he just shot. All this happened in just a few moments. 1 minute Sonya's calling for help. The next she's fighting for her life. And for what? Because she said, "I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus"? Grayson claims he thought that meant she was going to him. But let's be real, y'all.
He didn't think that. He didn't think that she's going to kill him or anything. It was that demon inside him that got angry. This man had a demon.
Does that make any kind of sense? This whole mess was caught on body cameras showing how fast things went south. But there's something fishy about it also. Why didn't Grayson turn on his body cam until after he shot Sonya? What was he trying to hide? There's a whole lot of questions that need answering. Now, I want us to get into Deputy Grayson's head for a minute. This man was really out here saying he was scared for his life because of some words. Not a weapon, not a knife, not even a frying pan. Words. And not just any words. "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Like, since when is that prayer scarier than a... Now, Grayson's trying to tell us this story that Sonya said these words and he thought she was about to end him. Like, for real, this trained cop with a gun and all got shook by the name of Jesus. It's got people talking, and not in a good way. But hold on, because it gets wilder. Grayson's report says, and I quote, "As I approached the cabinet, Sonya stood up from a crouched position, grabbing the pot, raising it above her head, and throwing the boiling substance to me." Sounds scary, right? Except, was there even a pot in sight? The streets are saying that there wasn't. So what was Grayson really seeing? This whole boiling water excuse is fishier than a week-old sushi. Grayson was yelling, "I'm not taking hot effing boiling water to the effing face." But y'all, where's this mythical pot of boiling water coming from? It's like he's fighting imaginary enemies or something. And let's talk about what actually went down. The body cam footage. You know, the one Grayson conveniently didn't turn on until after he shot. It tells a different story. It shows Sonya apologizing and ducking for cover right before Grayson shot her. Yeah, you heard me right. She was saying sorry and trying to hide and not throwing any boiling water. So we've got a cop saying that he was scared of Jesus talk and imaginary boiling water, while the footage shows a scared woman apologizing and ducking. Make it make sense, y'all. The whole mess has got people asking real life questions, like, how does a trained cop get so scared of some words that he starts shooting? And why is he seeing pots of boiling water that really aren't there? It's like he was walking into that house already thinking that Sonya was a threat, no matter what she did or said. And let's not forget, this all started because Sonya called for help. She thought there was a prowler outside, and instead she got in her own home by the person who was supposed to protect her. It's enough to make you think twice before calling 911, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Now, some folks are saying that this is more than just Grayson and Sonya. They're saying it's about how cops see black people, especially black women. When a cop hears some words and thinks they're in danger, something's not right. It's like they're seeing threats that aren't there, and that's dangerous for everyone. This case is shining a light on some big problems too. How are cops being trained?
Black women, parents are scared out of their minds. My son was stopped 3, 4, 5 times by the police. He was nothing but a good boy. He never gave me one day of trouble. And then he became a cop when he got grown, and he just retired. He was a detective, and he just retired. He's been a good boy. He's done everything right. I don't understand how anybody of the other persuasion can think that all black people are bad. That is just something that they say for an excuse, because there are so many people out here that are not. 90 to 95% of black people are not criminals, are not bad people, just like any other race.
Why are they so quick to see danger even when there isn't any? And how do we fix this so people can feel safe when they call 911 for help? Well, Grayson's wild excuse about words as weapons is raising eyebrows all over. And y'all, despite Grayson's wild excuse, that's just the tip of the iceberg. His past is even more shady. So get this, Grayson's been job hopping like it's going out of style. 6 different law enforcement agencies in just 4 years. That's more changes than the pop star's hair color. Something is not right here, y'all. It's like he just couldn't keep a job. Now you might be thinking, maybe he was just ambitious. But hold on, because that's not it. This man's got not 1, but 2 DUIs under his belt. That's right, a cop with a drinking problem. These weren't just little oopsies either. His first DUI, it happened while he was in the Army. Yeah, you heard me right. He was serving our country and decided to get behind the wheel after a few too many. But
as a senior, going to the dentist can be really hard on the budget, but not anymore.
the military wasn't having it, so they kicked him out for serious misconduct. Yeah, but wait, there's even more. Grayson thought, hey, why stop at 1 DUI, and went for DUI number 2 in 2016. At this point, you'd think that someone would have said, maybe law enforcement isn't for you, buddy. But no, he kept on going. Now, you might be wondering, how in the world did this man get a badge? Good question. Turns out Grayson was pretty open about his past. He disclosed it on his application to the Auburn Police Department, and they still hired him. It's like giving the keys to a store to a kleptomaniac. But Grayson's wild ride didn't stop there. Remember that job hopping we talked about? Well, it wasn't always smooth sailing. He got let go from one job for refusing to live in the right area. Another time he got slapped on the wrist for ignoring orders during a high-speed chase. The man hit a deer, like he was playing Grand Theft Auto in real life. So how did Grayson end up as deputy in Sangamon County? Well, Sheriff Jack Campbell thought, this is the guy we need, and hired him in May 2023. But here's the kicker. Grayson had only been on the job for 14 months when he met Sonya Massey. 14 months. That's barely enough time to learn where the coffee machine is, let alone to handle a crisis. Now, Sheriff Campbell's singing a different tune. He's saying that Grayson had other options that night with Sonya. Yeah, you think, Campbell? He said, this doesn't reflect our values. But y'all, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. But this time with a badge.
There was nothing in Grayson's background that could have led us to believe that he would commit this violent act. And we handled thousands of calls every year without incident. We've had 3 officer-involved shootings in the last 24 years. And so my message is that we're still the same sheriff's office. The person that did this is in jail. He's going to face justice in the criminal justice system.
Sonya's family isn't buying it either. They're calling for a full investigation into how Grayson got hired in the first place. And can you blame?
Now these children don't have a mother. They don't have a mother. Can anybody imagine growing up? Of course, there's people, that don't have mothers. But the way their mother was taken away. Can anybody imagine their mother being taken away like that? These people need to quit. It is long overdue. This is not happening like this anymore. People are going to be prosecuted. And one thing I cannot understand is how our counterparts raise their children. at a very early age to be racist and to say the N word and instill this racism in them. And then they grow up and get themselves in a whole lot of trouble. The parents are instilling this in them, mainly setting their children up for failure. They are so racist that they're willing to sacrifice their children.
How does a guy with 2 DUIs and more job changes and army misconduct discharge than a temp worker end up with a gun and a badge? It's like the police department was saying eeny, meeny, miny, mo with their hiring process. And you've got a drinking problem and can't hold down a job, perfect. Here's a gun with power to take life or death decisions. And we've been talking about Deputy Grayson and his wild excuses, but let's switch gears and talk about the real victim here, Sonya Massey. This isn't just another headline, y'all. Sonya was a real person with a real life, and it's time that we got to know her. Who was Sonya Massey? She wasn't just some name in the news. She was a mother, y'all. And not just any mother. She was the kind that would live for her children. Sonya had 2 babies. Malachi, who was 17, and Jeanette, who's 15. These kids were her whole world. She wasn't perfect. Who is? But she loved these kids something fierce.
I got a call from the hospital, actually. I got a call from the hospital. But they told me that my mom was shot in the eye. They never would tell you. I mean, they just kept on saying something shot her. They never tell you who shot her. And I think I was the first person to find it out too. I had to go tell my grandma myself. Yeah, they didn't tell me at all.
Do you all see this little girl? How pitiful she is, knowing she'll never see her mother again. She's only 15 years old. Her son is 17 years old. They're still children. And I am so sick and tired of people thinking that somebody 10 years old is a criminal and be prosecuted as an adult. They have even talked about prosecuting 7-year-olds. These children's frontal lobes have not even developed. They don't even become an adult till about the age of 25 years old when they start to become an adult. And all the idiocy of people making children out to be knowing what they're doing, knowing consequences, knowing about the world is just absolutely insane. Children cannot even be children anymore.
Now, Sonya did have her struggles, just like a lot of us do. The streets have been talking, and word is that she was dealing with some mental health issues. And it isn't anything to be ashamed of, but it can sure make your life hard sometimes. Her family knew about it, and they were trying to help her too. In fact, right before all this went down, they decided the kids would stay with their dad for a bit, while Sonya got the help she needed. But this is where it gets real. Sonya Massey's son Malachi, bless his heart, was trying to get his mother into a mental health facility. Can you imagine being 17 and having to try to do that for your mother? That's some heavy stuff right there. But that's how much they loved her. He was willing to do everything to get her the help she needed.
It was an incident that happened earlier that day, and I talked to 2 officers or whatever, and I believe that it's the same officer that shot my mother. I talked to his partner first.
Now, don't go thinking that Sonya was some angry, scary person. No, her uncle and uncles always kept it real. Said that she was a beautiful black queen. He said that she was hardly ever angry and always full of love. And that's the kind of person that we're talking about here. Someone who, even when she was struggling, still spread love. And y'all, Sonya had faith. When all this went down with Deputy Grayson, you know what she did? She asked him to pass her a Bible. In her darkest moment, she was reaching out for something to give her strength. That's the kind of woman Sonya was.
I got some paper. Can you grab that Bible, please?
Yeah. Hey, I just need your name so we can get out of here. Was there any damage previous to your car?
Previous, yeah.
Now remember those words Grayson got so scared of? I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus? This wasn't a threat. This was...
I see right there when he pulls his gun, she grabs the pot and ducks down as if to put the pot in front of her to stop a bullet. But yet, while she's down, he walks over to get a better shot. The pot drops, of course, once she's shot while she's stooping down, and the water goes on the floor. And then people want to say that she threw it. No, she did not throw it. And if she had, how far would it have gone? And how much was in the pot? It could only been just a small amount. We don't know that. So no, she did not throw any water. She was using that pot to cover herself.
Sonya's faith crying out. She was confused, she was scared, and she was trying to protect herself the only way she knew how, through her faith. Ben Crump, the lawyer representing Sonya's family, said it best. He said Sonya's words show both her faith and her mental state at the time.
My mother asked to be cremated because she didn't want us to spend too much money after her death. Thankfully, she was able to give us $50.
But Grayson, instead of seeing a scared woman who needed help, saw a threat. And that's where everything went wrong. Y'all, Sonya needed help that night. She needed someone to understand what she was going through, to see her as a human being who was struggling. Instead, she got met with violence. She got shot in her own home by someone who was supposed to protect her. This isn't just about police violence. This is a big part of it, but it's about how we treat people who are struggling with mental health issues. And the streets are on fire with what went down with Sonya Massey. As soon as word got out about what happened to her, folks hit the streets. We're talking protests that would make your head spin. People marching, holding signs, chanting Sonya's name. It's like the whole country woke up and said, enough is enough.
It's amazing how the community can come together and really just take the collective grief that we're feeling and then do something with it. And we've been able to...
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You know what that means? That means she was trying to calm that demon down.
Expectations of what mourning looks like, of what grieving looks like, and the expectation that we would be violent in the face of violence. And I think it really does set a tone and an example for who we are can be.
Alfred and Faith Perry, Alfred's cousin, says this peace march could be the beginning of big changes.
It gives me faith. It gives me hope that there can be a change.
Yeah, it really can be. Like, if the change is small or big, either way, we just want to change. And like I got to say, justice for Sonya Massey.
And it isn't just random people either. We're talking big names getting involved. President Biden and VP Harris both spoke out, saying we need some serious changes in how our cops do their jobs. When the president and VP are weighing in, you know it's serious business. But here's where it gets really interesting. All eyes are on Sheriff Jack Campbell now. Let me tell you, he's feeling the heat. People are calling for his head on a platter, saying he's got to. But Campbell, he's holding on tighter than a kid with a favorite toy. Like, you might be thinking, why is everyone so mad at Sheriff Campbell? Well, guys, it's because he's the one who hired Grayson in the first place. Remember that messy past Grayson has? Yeah, Campbell knew all about it, but still decided to give him a badge and a gun. That's like giving matches to a pyromaniac and being surprised when something gets fired. And Campbell's trying to save face. He came out and said, I offer up no excuses for what went down with Grayson, but actions speak louder than words, Campbell. And so far, his actions are screaming, I'm not going anywhere. The community isn't having it, though. They're demanding transparency, accountability, and some real change. People are out here honoring Sonya's memory and saying loud and clear that this cannot happen again.
We need an Illinois law made out in her name. Yeah. We need to name it after her. That you cannot be switching precincts. If you're bad in one precinct, why would we think all of a sudden you had some kind of Damascus Road, knock off the horse, change your heart in another district? A bad yeah. When they arrest people in our community, what is the first thing that you check out record? Yeah. Well, we should have the right to check the record of office.
the tea. Some folks are saying Campbell's protecting Grayson. Why? That's the million-dollar question. Is it because admitting he messed up by hiring Grayson would make Campbell look bad? Or is there something deeper going on? The streets are talking, and they've got theories that will make your hair stand. Now, Grayson is facing charges of first-degree murder, and official. Yeah, that's some heavy stuff, y'all. Well, Grayson's sitting in a jail right now with no bond. That means he can't just pay his way out and go home. He's stuck there. I'm wondering how he went from being a cop to being behind bars. It's like a TV drama, except it's all too real. And get this, Grayson saying he's not guilty. Yeah, you heard that right. After everything we know, after the body cam footage, after Sonya's family's pain, he's still saying he didn't do anything wrong. It's like he's living a whole different reality. The case is headed for a legal battle that's going to get messy. You've got Grayson saying he's innocent, the prosecutor saying he's a murderer, and Sonya's family wanting justice. It's going to be a wild ride, and you know the whole country's going to be watching. But here's the thing that's got everybody talking. Will justice really be served this time? We've seen cases like this before where cops straight up walk free, even when it seems clear that they did wrong. People are worried that Grayson might get off easy and that the system might protect one of its own. And it's not just about Grayson. This case is shining a light on some big problems in our justice system. How do we make sure cops are held accountable? How do we stop this from happening again? These are the questions that are keeping people up at night.
I can tell you one thing. If they don't get justice for these unarmed shootings, they're going to get justice. They're going to stand before a holy God and explain it to them. Oh, yeah. You don't get away just because maybe the justice system slaps them on the hand or something. Oh, it's going down, honey, when they face God.
And the answers are not easy to come by. The streets are saying we need to change. And not just little tweaks here and there, but big shake it up kind of changes. We're talking about how cops are trained, how they handle mental health situations, and how they are held accountable when they mess up. Now let's be real, y'all. It's not going to be fixed.
And why? Why there is never any mental health people hired to go along with cops on those situations? Why? So many mentally challenged people have been killed for no good reason, and they still won't hire mental health people. It's ridiculous. And come to find out, they are saying that this country now has an overflow of people with mental health issues.
Overnight, it's going to take a lot of us speaking up, demanding better, and not letting this story just fade away like yesterday's gossip. But what do y'all think about this? Is this the wake-up call we need to finally fix our broken system? Or is it just going to be another headline that fades away? Drop your thoughts and comments below, because your voice matters in this conversation. And listen up, the story...
Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. This is the Ambassador 2. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, I hope you enjoyed, well, I don't see how we can enjoy this, but I hope you liked the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Yes, it's just been too much of this. People are mourning all over the country, and you would think that with all the stuff that's going on against our country right now, cyber attacks, wars, people threatening us with war and nuclear bombs and cyber attacks and all the stuff that's going on in the country, you would think the police would why do they, what are they doing? It's as if the whole country is divided. Everybody is just running around doing whatever they please. There's no real law and order going on. And why so many unarmed shootings by the police? All these people are always unarmed. Go out there and get the criminals. What about the gangs? No, you don't want to indulge with any of them. they might shoot back. This is so sad. It makes the whole country look so bad all over the world. It's just so much going on. Well, please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. Also, there's a great product that you can put in your morning coffee, and you drop the pounds like nobody's business. It's a all natural product. It's done by Nutrition, and all you do is put a few drops in your coffee. So go to the description and click the video. In the video, if it's too long for you and you're already convinced, just go to the end and buy the product. You won't be disappointed. So okay, this is the Ambassador 2, and I'll see you again. Mm-hmm.